Hello Golden State Warriors fans, we are here once again to bring you the latest news related to our team, and I would like to emphasize how committed we are to improving our performance to achieve great results. Before we dive into this intriguing news, I kindly request you to show your support by clicking the like button, and if you are not yet subscribed to our channel, I invite you all to join us on an exciting journey. Remember to turn on notifications so you don't miss anything.
Warriors make draft intentions clear as they target experienced talent. Signs point to a win-now mindset, and that could be a good thing. As the Golden State Warriors prepare for the 2025 NBA Draft, they currently hold just one pick, no. 41 overall, acquired from the Miami Heat in the Jimmy Butler trade. While this year's draft class isn't as deep as in years past, largely due to the increasing appeal of nil deals keeping talent in college, the Warriors are clearly determined to find value in the second round. And they're not just hoping to land a project. They're aiming for someone who can contribute right away. Their strategy? Focus on seasoned college players, the kind who bring maturity, experience, and a higher floor from day one. The message is clear: Golden State is looking for impact now, not later. A ready-made contributor is the goal. Sure, there's still a chance the Warriors move up into the first round if the right deal presents itself. But their current approach suggests they're content with maximizing the value of pick no. 41, and they have a proven track record of doing just that. In 2024, they snagged Quinn Post with the 52nd pick, and he quickly carved out a spot in the rotation, even starting several games as a rookie. In 2022, they drafted Kumingas Santos, a then-teenage international prospect, at no. 55, and he's since become a reliable contributor. Post's success, in particular, seems to have shaped the team's pre-draft strategy this year. Golden State has invited mostly players who spent 4 or more years in college, guys who know the game, understand team dynamics, and don't need to be taught the basics. They're looking for players who can step in and make an impact from day one. 2 key prototypes: scoring guards and defensive bigs. A closer look at the list of prospects they've brought in reveals 2 clear archetypes: scoring guards who can create offense, and defensive-minded big men who can anchor the paint. Among the guards, names like Missouri's Caleb Grill, Nebraska's Bryce Williams, Gonzaga's Ryan Nembhard, and Houston's LJ Cryer stand out. All 4 averaged double figures last season, with Williams pouring in an impressive 20.4 points per game. On the frontcourt side, the Warriors have shown strong interest in Oregon's Nate Bittle and Kentucky's Amari Williams, both of whom bring size, rebounding, and defensive toughness. Bittle, for example, averaged 14.2 points, 7.6 boards, and nearly 2 assists per game last season. Why this matters? These position targets aren't random. The Warriors are likely preparing for roster shakeups, with Pat Spencer and Gary Payton II potentially departing, and need a reliable backcourt scorer to fill the gap. Likewise, with their current big man rotation needing a boost, adding a strong presence inside is a logical move. While drafting older players might seem conservative, it reflects a bigger truth: the Warriors are still focused on winning now. And if history is any guide, their pick at 41 could very well end up being another hidden gem who earns minutes early in the season. For fans, that means one thing: keep your eyes on draft night, because whoever Golden State selects might be ready to make an impact sooner than you think. Warriors draft strategy: aiming for immediate impact. The Golden State Warriors' approach to the 2025 NBA Draft underscores a commitment to immediate competitiveness. Holding only the 41st overall pick, acquired from the Miami Heat in the Jimmy Butler trade, the Warriors are focusing on selecting a player who can contribute right away. Their pre-draft workouts have been predominantly with college seniors, indicating a preference for experienced players who can seamlessly integrate into the team's rotation. This strategy aligns with the Warriors' recent history of finding value in the second round. In 2024, they selected Quinn Post at no. 52, who has since become a reliable contributor. Similarly, in 2022, Kumingas Santos was drafted at no. 55 and has shown promise as a developmental player. These selections reflect the Warriors' ability to identify talent beyond the first round. The team's focus on experienced college players suggests a desire for a contributor who requires less development time. This approach is particularly pertinent given the Warriors' current roster dynamics and their aspirations for the upcoming season. In summary, the Golden State Warriors are leveraging their 41st pick to select a player who can make an immediate impact, continuing their tradition of effective second-round selections. This strategy highlights their commitment to maintaining competitiveness in the league. Jimmy Butler goes from playoff star to football investor, and the Warriors face a tough roster decision. Jimmy Butler isn't just making noise on the basketball court anymore, he's taking his talents to Europe. The Golden State Warriors all-star forward has joined an investment group backing English club Crystal Palace, fresh off their FA Cup victory. And yes, that means big face coffee could soon be brewing at Selhurst Park. But while Butler diversifies his portfolio off the court, the Warriors are facing a dilemma of their own, one that could define the next chapter of their rebuild. Should they bring in a veteran center to shore up the roster, or stay committed to developing their promising young big man, Quinn Post? The temptation to add a proven big man. Coming into the offseason, Golden State had a clear priority: finding a reliable center who could anchor their defense and stretch the floor, the kind of player who allows Draymond Green to return to his natural role and relieves pressure on the aging core. While recent reports suggest the Warriors may be pulling back from those plans, that could easily change if the right deal comes along. But doing so comes with a cost, and that cost might be Quinn Post's development. Quinn Post, Golden State's potential unicorn. Post, 25, quietly had an impressive rookie season with the Warriors. After cracking the rotation, and eventually earning a spot in the starting lineup by January, he averaged 8.1 points, 3.5 rebounds, and 1.3 assists in 42 games. But what really stood out? His shooting. Post knocked down 40.8% of his three-pointers on 4.3 attempts per game, an elite clip for any position, let alone a 7-footer, 2.13 m. As The Athletic's Anthony Slater noted on the Warriors Plus Minus podcast, there's a belief that Post is a legit 7-foot shooter, and that's rare in today's NBA. He could become a true stretch 5 unicorn. But that promise comes with growing pains. A young player who needs time, not a timeout. Despite his offensive upside, Post's defensive lapses were glaring in the playoffs. Opponents quickly exploited his inexperience, leading to reduced minutes as Golden State's postseason run came to a halt. Now, the Warriors find themselves at a crossroads. Adding a veteran center would bring stability and balance to the lineup. It could instantly plug one of the biggest holes in the rotation and give Golden State a fighting chance to compete in a brutal Western Conference. But here's the flip side: it might also stunt the growth of a potentially special player. Post doesn't just need minutes, he needs real game reps to improve his timing, awareness, and rotations on defense. He has the size, strength, and instincts to protect the rim and grab boards, but positioning and anticipation are skills that only come with experience. The Warriors' dilemma: compete now or build smartly for the future. So, where do the Warriors go from here? If they pass on signing a center, it signals confidence in Post's trajectory and a willingness to take short-term lumps for long-term gains. But if they pursue a veteran big, they could stabilize the defense and squeeze the most out of the remaining prime years of Steph Curry and Draymond Green. It's not just a roster decision, it's a philosophical one. Do you bet on a potential star in the making or double down on one last playoff push? For now, Golden State seems to be leaning toward patience. But in the NBA, things can change fast. And with the draft and free agency looming, this storyline is far from over. Jimmy Butler's off-court ventures and the Warriors' roster decisions. While Jimmy Butler has expanded his horizons beyond the basketball court, the Golden State Warriors are grappling with a pivotal decision regarding their roster. The potential acquisition of a veteran center, such as Nikola Vucevic, could bolster their lineup, but it may come at the expense of developing promising talents like Quinn Post. The case for acquiring a veteran center. Reports indicate that the Warriors are considering a trade for Nikola Vucevic, a seasoned center from the Chicago Bulls. Vucevic's experience and skills could provide the team with the stability and depth needed for a championship run. However, this move would likely reduce playing time for younger players, potentially hindering their development. TimesofIndia.indiatimes.com. Quinn Post's potential and development. Quinn Post, a 25-year-old center, has shown significant promise during his rookie season. Standing at 7 feet tall, he has impressed with his shooting ability, averaging 8.4 points and 4.3 rebounds over his last 10 games. His performance has earned him a standard 2-year NBA contract, reflecting the Warriors' investment in his growth. HoopsRumors.com. Head coach Steve Kerr has praised Post's development, noting his improved understanding of defensive schemes and his confident play on the court. Teammate Kevin Looney has also highlighted Post's growth, particularly in his defensive capabilities. Balancing immediate needs with long-term development. The Warriors face a dilemma: pursue a veteran center to enhance their immediate prospects or invest in the development of young players like Post for future success. Acquiring a player like Vucevic could provide the team with the experience needed for a deep playoff run. However, it may also limit opportunities for emerging talents. On the other hand, prioritizing development could yield long-term benefits but may not address current roster gaps. Conclusion. As the off-season progresses, the Golden State Warriors must carefully consider their options. Balancing the acquisition of experienced players with the development of young talent will be crucial in shaping the team's future success. The decisions made in the coming weeks will have lasting implications for the Warriors roster and their aspirations for the upcoming season. Brandon Podzmsky undergoes successful core muscle surgery, expected back for training camp. Golden State Warriors guard Brandon Podzmsky recently underwent successful surgery to repair a core muscle injury and is expected to make a full recovery in time for training camp, according to the team's official statement. This marks the second undisclosed procedure for Podzmsky during the off-season. He also had a wrist debridement surgery on his left hand back on May 27. Despite the setbacks, there's every reason to be optimistic about his return. Podzmsky delivered a strong rookie season, averaging 11.7 points, 5.1 rebounds, and 3.4 assists per game. He showed impressive efficiency as well, shooting 51.6% on two-pointers, 37.2% from beyond the arc, and 75.8% from the free throw line, contributing to an impressive 55.7% true shooting percentage. The young guard has already proven he's a key piece of the Warriors' future, and all signs point to him returning stronger and more determined when the new season tips off. Warriors fans speak out after Jonathan Kuminga drops viral three-point training clip. Golden State Warriors forward Jonathan Kuminga is back in the spotlight, and this time, it's not for a controversial benching or trade rumors. The 22-year-old recently shared a clip of himself knocking down three-pointers in an off-season workout, and fans across social media had a lot to say. After a roller coaster season, many expected Kuminga to finally carve out a consistent role under head coach Steve Kerr. But that narrative took a sharp turn when the team brought in All-Star Jimmy Butler. Kuminga's minutes were slashed, and he found himself pushed to the sidelines during key stretches of the season. Still, the story isn't over, not even close. With the off-season in full swing, Kuminga seems locked in on improving his game. His latest training video, showcasing a smooth three-point stroke, quickly went viral on X, formerly Twitter, sparking a heated conversation among Dub Nation. In today's NBA, being able to stretch the floor is non-negotiable. Kuminga appears to understand that, but fans remain divided. Some praised his work ethic, but others weren't buying the hype. He brings the ball down to his waist every time, limited improvement, one fan commented. Shooting open threes in an empty gym doesn't prove anything, said another. Others were more blunt. We've seen this movie before. It didn't matter last year either. Can he start with free throws? And work on reading the game better, asked a frustrated fan. This is just the new Ben Simmons off-season tape, all show no impact, another user joked. The sentiment is clear. Fans want more than just highlight clips. They're asking Kuminga to focus on the fundamentals, especially rebounding, passing, and decision-making. A crossroads for Kuminga. Kuminga now faces a critical point in his career. This summer, he becomes a restricted free agent, meaning the Warriors can match any offer he receives. While he's ranked among the top 50 free agents to watch, there's real uncertainty about whether he sees a long-term future in Golden State, especially after being sidelined during the most important games of the season. Still, the Warriors have a chance to make their case and keep him in the Bay. And regardless of what happens next, teammates like Draymond Green have made it clear, Kuminga has what it takes to thrive in this league. In just his fourth NBA season, he averaged 15.3 points, 4.6 rebounds, and 2.2 assists per game, despite playing limited minutes. The potential is real, it just needs the right environment to flourish. If Kuminga can turn off-season hustle into on-court consistency, there's no reason he can't become a key piece for a team, whether that's in Golden State or elsewhere. But for now, all eyes are on what he does next. Reactions reveal deeper frustration with the team's direction. The divided response to Kuminga's video isn't just about his jump shot. It's a reflection of the broader frustration fans have with the Golden State Warriors' recent direction. After years of championship contention, The team has struggled to strike a balance between developing young talent and competing with veterans. Kuminga, once viewed as a future franchise cornerstone, has become emblematic of that struggle. Many fans feel his development was stunted by inconsistent rotations and the coaching staff's hesitation to fully trust young players, even when they show flashes of brilliance. Others argue that Kuminga himself hasn't done enough to seize the moment. "This is a guy who should have broken out by now," one fan posted. "But every time he starts rolling, they bench him again." "If the Warriors don't figure out what they're doing with their young core, they're going to lose them one by one," said another. Adding fuel to the fire, Kuminga reportedly voiced frustrations about his role late in the season, especially during critical playoff minutes where he was mostly left out of the rotation. That tension, combined with Jimmy Butler's arrival, which many saw as a win-now move, made it clear that Kuminga may no longer be central to the Warriors' immediate plans. Off-season hype versus real progress. While the workout video might seem like a standard off-season post, it has reignited the debate. Is Kuminga evolving into a more complete player, or is this another summer of empty promise? It's a question Warriors fans are growing tired of asking. Comparisons to Ben Simmons, infamous for viral off-season training clips that didn't translate into in-game results, have popped up more than once in the comment threads. The skepticism is real. "We've seen this story before. Show us in October, not in June," one user tweeted. Still, not all hope is lost. Kuminga's physical tools, defensive versatility, and athleticism remain elite. If he can consistently hit threes and improve his decision-making, his ceiling is sky-high. And at just 22, time is still on his side. What the future holds, in Golden State or beyond. Now, the clock is ticking. With free agency looming, Kuminga has a decision to make, and so do the Warriors. Will the front office invest in his long-term development, or let him walk if a bigger offer lands on the table? Sources around the league believe several teams would be eager to make a move for Kuminga if Golden State hesitates. His upside is simply too valuable to ignore, especially for rebuilding franchises or teams looking to add a versatile forward to their roster. The Warriors, however, still hold the leverage. As a restricted free agent, they can match any contract offer Kuminga receives. The question is, do they want to? And more importantly, does Kuminga want to stay? A defining off-season ahead. This summer could define not only Kuminga's career trajectory, but also the future of the Warriors' post-dynasty era. Will they continue leaning on their aging core, or start handing the keys to the next generation? One thing is clear, Kuminga's next move, on and off the court, will be watched closely. The viral video may just be a spark, but whether it ignites a true breakout season depends on what happens when the lights come on again in the fall.